Hi, Chris. How are you, man?
Hey man, good, good, good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine too, man. Uh, First of all, I it's nice to meet you after such a long period.
Very,
Uh,
very. Yeah, it's been so long.
Very long. Do you
I'm, I'm
remember?
usually, I'm usually in Europe like at least once or twice a year, and it feels like it's been fucking 5 years, man, because this whole COVID shit. So,
Shit.
but yeah, yeah, man. So
Hey, do you remember the first shows I booked for you? Fueled by Fire at the O13 venue in Tilburg, where were 16. I booked this show together with Cherik, the guy who also organized the Dynamo Into the Grave shows and who's from Loud Noise. Do you remember those shows I did for
yeah,
Fuel by
man.
Fire?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was killer. I think that was, I believe that was the first European tour we did with FBF.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. That was awesome. I think. Did we meet you first at Keep It True or
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because I think Keep It True was the first show, right? And then we did the shows around. So yeah, man, I remember that was a killer time. And fuck, I mean, I was only I think 16 back then, so I wasn't able to drink here at home. But as soon as I got to Europe, I was able to drink. So that was fucking awesome. It was a killer experience, man.
That was really awesome. I
Yeah.
remember at the Keep It True show that I was drinking all the time. At those time, I was drinking much more than now. Now I drink like a lemonade, but at the time, I was drinking as fuck and I was drinking outside. I forgot you were playing because I booked you in Tilburg. Somebody said, "Marco, they shout on you for you out on stage. Thanks to Marco for bringing us over." And I didn't notice that. And then I came in and you poke on me like from that I that was really cool. You remember that
Oh.
you shouted my name on the stage, but I was so
Yeah,
drunk
yeah,
that that was really
yeah, yeah, man.
that
Yeah, yeah.
was
That was fucking amazing, man. I mean, it was the first time ever leaving the country. It was the first time, you know, playing in an actual band. I mean, I've had little small bands back when I was, when I was in high school, younger or whatever, but
yeah.
nothing serious. So, being able to go out of the country and play for all these crazy metalheads, it was amazing, man. And yeah, yeah, like you were a big part of it. You know why we were able to get out there and to keep it true people too as well. So yeah, man, it was awesome, man. We had a lot of fun and anytime I hang out with or when I talk with the rest of the FBF guys because we still talk and we play video games together every now and then. We're always talking about like past tours or times that we've gone to Europe, and it's always just a bunch of laughs and fucking thinking about all the killer stuff we did together. But yeah, man, that was fucking awesome. It was a great time.
Yeah, for me too. It was the second time, my second youth those years.
Fuck yeah, man, killer. Yeah,
My
that
second
that
youth, my
festival,
second youth. Uh, I had my
killer,
first
man.
youth when I was 15, 16, 17, and then I was the second youth was the retro period with Fueled by Fire, Crucifier, TCF. Later Striking Dead. They joined later with Jonathan. Jonathan from
Yeah, yeah,
and Prematory with Simon and Hammerhead. I was their manager with little Vincent, who was only 12-year old at the time. Hammerhead. Hammerhead. He
yeah, yeah,
first.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
Those
yeah.
days were great. The reliving of old school metal and yeah, that was a nice period for me and for you probably too. You were 16, you were there, and that was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, man. It was fucking killer, man. I mean, I done some of the. I mean, some of the best tours I ever done in my life were around that time. Playing with FBF and doing it like for example, more being able to tour with Morbid Angel and Creator. Now, like that was one of the best tours. Probably the best tour I've ever done, and I was only probably like 19, 20 years old, man. And you know, yeah, I just had a lot of fun doing those tours with them, and being able to experience everything I experienced with them. So yeah, it was definitely a killer time for me as well.
Yeah, for me too. For me, yeah, second youth and the best youth. Okay. Uh, Please introduce yourself and the current lineup of Skeletal Remains, please.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, me, I do vocals and guitars for the band, and then we have Mike, who is actually a original member. He's the one that started the band with me back in 2000. 2011 or whatever it was, and he's back in the band. He was only in the band for a short period of time. Like, me and him wrote the first demo together, and he had to leave for some personal reasons, and he finally came back in the band. So it's really fucking awesome to have him back in the band. And then we have our Noah Young playing bass. Somewhat new, but not really. He's kind of been he was already helping with tours to fill in on bass and on guitar for some stuff. And so we brought him in full time. And then we have our new drummer, Pierce Williams, who's from Portland, Oregon. He's a bit far from where we are, about a 2-hour flight. But
whoa,
yeah, he's the newest member. He just joined beginning sometime last year. So yeah, man, and it's been going great. I think this is the strongest lineup we've ever had. We've already started writing some new material for our next release. I'm not sure if it'll be a full length, but we definitely have started writing some songs. So we're very excited of the way things are coming out. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Great. Because you recently released your 4th album, what can fans expect, and how are the reactions so far?
So far it's been great, man. I mean, it's been nothing but positive feedback. We've got a lot of cool tags and stuff of people putting it on their end of the year list or top records for the year. So
yeah, I saw that.
That was really cool to see. Yeah, that was really, really cool to see. And yeah, man, it's been nothing but good feedback. As far as what you can expect, if you're not a fan of the band or you've never heard of us, it's just literally 90s death metal worship. The classic, the golden era of death metal. All the classic stuff, Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Deicide, specifically more of the Florida style of death metal. Obviously, we take influences from different things. Swedish death metal, Finnish death metal. Even bands like Pestilence from the Netherlands, or
Asphyx.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, Asphyx. Different. We take influence from different bands. But definitely, I think it's a big majority of like the Florida style sounding of death metal, and that if you've never heard of the band and you check out our latest record, that's pretty much what will be expected. That style of death metal that was going on.
I grew up with the style I grew up with.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. You experienced it, so I'm sure you know more of that. But yeah, man, I mean, that's pretty much what we try to do with this band. We're just pretty much like a worship of, all the stuff we grew up listening to, and yeah, that's pretty much what you can expect from the newest record. And like I said, so far we've only had nothing but positive feedback. So yeah, we literally just can't wait to get out. It fucking sucks releasing a record and not being able to go out and play it live, So we're a bit sad about that, but we're trying to stay positive, and hopefully things will come back to normal sooner than later, and hopefully we'll be back out and playing these songs for everybody.
I hope so too. We can't wait. We can't wait.
Man, fuck that.
A new party
Cool.
with all the guys will be great.
Yeah, definitely.
One guy who have to be part of the party is our little buddy Vincent van Strepen from Carnation, and he my buddy, I told him I was gonna plan an interview with you, and he has a question for you too. Actually, it was his question, what he wanted to ask him. So I do it for him. Not many people noticed that this Disincarnate cover as last song on the album. He asked me if you were influenced by this band in some way.
Yeah, very, man. I mean, like I said, when me and Mike started this band, the song.
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll start over because I think it cut off. But yeah, like I was saying, when me and Mike started this band, it started from us just doing a bunch of covers, playing all these songs that, we worship, from Death or Disincarnate. Disincarnate was one of the main bands. Like, me and Mike pretty much knew that whole record. We were playing all these songs on guitar or whatever. So Disincarnate was a big reason, and James Murphy by himself, it was a big reason why Skeletal Remains started. And that song specifically, Central Paradise Burning, that cover was actually supposed to be on our second record. But, we had a last minute change of our drummer, and we had our friend Carlos Cruz come in to help us record the record last minute. And instead of having him learn 9 songs or 8 songs, whatever were on that record, plus a cover, we wanted him just to focus on the original songs. And we told him, just focus on the original tracks, and we'll scratch the cover. So the cover was originally supposed to be on the second record, and it didn't happen for that reason. And on the third record, we were going to do it again, but the drummer we used for that record, he didn't really like Disincarnate, and he wasn't willing to take the time to learn it. So we're just like, fine, whatever, we won't do it. And then finally on this record, we want that idea has just been sitting on the table. So it's something we've been wanting to do for a very long time. So we finally got the chance to do it, and we've had fucking Simon come in and do guest vocals for that.
Simon,
yeah, Simon did guest vocals on that song. Yeah,
cool.
He sings that song. So, and being big fans of Carnation and Simon's vocals, I felt his vocals would fit great with that song. So that's, that's why we asked him to do the cover or whatever. But yeah, man, it turned out great. People fucking love it. I think Disincarnate is a band that, is very underground. Not many people know about it. Obviously, there is people that know about it, people that, worship the genre, but you're a basic death metalhead dude that, who knows probably like Cannibal Corpse and shit. They probably wouldn't know who Disincarnate is, because I think they came out somewhat in a time where death metal, I guess, was already kind of starting to fade away. But, they've been a big influence to us since the beginning, and that's part of the reason. We're pretty much just paying our respects to one of our hugest influence. And, yeah, man, and, it's crazy because a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people don't know who Disincarnate is, so a lot of people were hearing this cover, and they didn't know it was a cover. They thought it was our original song, and people were like, "Oh yeah, I really liked the last song." It's like, "Oh well, that's a cover, It's not our original song." But yeah, a lot of people just seems like a lot of people don't know about Disincarnate, and a lot of people discovered Disincarnate because of the cover, because it was on a record. They're like, "Oh, it's a cover," and then they found out about the band, and they're like, "Holy shit, this band rules!" So it's really cool, to be able to, give a new band to some people that just don't know who they are. But yeah, man. Back to your question, like I said, Disincarnate is one of our hugest influences. James Murphy himself, especially for me personally, I take a lot of influence from his guitar playing, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Now, well, that was Vincent's question. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Hello
Okay.
to Vincent.
Yeah. Say hello to him. Maybe he will watch for sure.
Cool, man. Hopefully we'll hang out fucking
Yeah. I hope
sometime this year.
at the LP.
Hopefully.
LP. Nice bar. They.
Yeah, that's a killer place, man. We every time we go there, we have a lot of fun, man.
I
Awesome
know
place.
they're fanatic, the most fanatic crowd in Belgium, I think, because I was.
Yeah, man.
I know they are,
I
and
think
the owner is very
we've had
nice.
some. Yeah, we've had some of our best shows there, and for when we've done European tours, Alpe's always fucking amazing, man. Packed shows, people are going crazy, a lot of
And it's
fucking
very
drinking.
small, actually. It's very small,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah,
fans are more
definitely.
fanatic than anywhere else in Belgium, because we booked Unholy Lust there, and they've sold the most merch of the tour at the LP in Deinze.
Nice, yeah,
Everybody
man.
bought a shirt, CD, record. Yeah, that's the crowd
Cool,
there.
yeah. Yeah, it's great, man. Kat's fucking awesome. Every time we go there, she always takes care of us, like family. She always lets us stay there, and Crewhead also as well. He's fucking been there since the beginning, pretty much. So yeah, man, cool people there.
The guy who always put girls on his Facebook as of the day, and so
Yeah,
him.
Crewhead. Yeah, fuck
Yeah, it's him.
Crewhead.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
dude rules. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, what bands, artists influence you mostly, and who writes the songs in Skeletal Remains? Probably you. And what are the
Yeah.
main themes or topics for most of your songs?
Oh well, it depends, man. It ranges from album to album. most of our topics come from from things that we like, whether it be in a movie or a video game or a TV show, or even just other bands themselves. Songs that we liked. We like the idea, and we kind of just take this idea and we make it our own. For anything, even for an idea that we get from a movie. We take this idea and we just make it our own. Put our own touch to it and make it our own thing. So yeah, it depends, man. For the new record, for example, we took a lot of ideas from, you know, from uh, from things that were going on in the world, like this whole bullshit, this pandemic, and people going fucking crazy for fucking toilet paper and stupid shit like that. People are just scared and shit. So, we took some influence from stuff like that. The stuff going on right now in the world, and we also took influence from personal struggles that we were going through at the time. For example, Eternal Hatred is about um, it's loosely based about different things, but things that me and Mike were personally going through. Struggles, and you know uh, there was a lot of hate. When we were writing this record, and I think that's what made this record so aggressive. And you know, that song, for example, was kind of our way of like releasing all this hatred we had. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We take different ideas from different things, and um, as far as like who writes the music, um, for the most part, for Devouring and this new record. Well, this new record was mostly me and Mike. I wrote the first the first 3 or 4 songs after Devour Mortality, after we released that record. I started writing music with the other guys, and that's pretty much all the music that was written, by me in that time from when Devour Mortality was released up until when Mike came into the band. And then once Mike came into the band, we finished the second half of the record, and we wrote. It's crazy, man. I was a bit nervous about, I was excited, anxious, and nervous at the same time about getting together back with Mike and
Mm-hmm.
writing music again, because we haven't written music together in years, since that first demo. So um, I didn't know what to expect, and we got together and we started writing music, and music came out so fucking fast. It was unbelievable. Like, you know, um, we finished the second half of the record in a matter of 6 weeks, just because there was so many ideas that were coming back and forth. You know, compared to like with the last lineup, like I said, I was writing a lot of the stuff. I wasn't really getting any input from people anymore in the last lineup, and it was time for a change. Things just weren't working out, and um, when it comes to the point where you have to write someone, I share ideas with somebody, and I don't get any sort of response, and I have to keep writing them and like asking them like, "Yo, did you listen? Do you have any feedback on this? Should I keep going?" And I don't get like I have to keep doing that. Like it was time for a change. So um, I don't want this band to be like a solo project. I want this band to be more of a band. Everybody has an input, and it wasn't like that anymore with the last lineup. So that's the reason the lineup changed. That and many more reasons, but that's one of the main reasons. And with this new lineup and with Mike coming back in the band, there's just um, it seems like everybody's more excited about things, and there's more energy, and everybody wants to actually get together and write music. So that helped a lot, and I think that's what made this record what it is. And um, you know, now, like I said, now it's mostly just me and Mike. Um, well, no, for that new record, it's me and Mike, and a little bit of help from Noah with lyrics and stuff. And then for this new record, like this new song we wrote, we're working on right now. It's me, Mike, Pierce, and Noah. We're all putting input into this. So yeah, it's back to like how I want it to be, more of a band effort instead of it just being me writing all the stuff.
Okay. Well, thank you. Good to
Yeah.
know. And
Sorry, I don't know if I missed one of your questions. I think one of your questions was like what are the four main bands that or something?
now the influence, but you already noticed some like Pestilence, the Florida sound.
Yeah.
You already mentioned that in the
Okay.
previous questions, and the themes and topics you also answered, and the who writes the songs you also answered. So yes, you answered all
Cool,
of my
cool, man.
questions. Next
Cool.
question: the COVID-19 crisis. In my opinion, it kills the whole business. But did it also bring something good, like more time to practice or work things out decently? Have you used the time you had, the more time you had now at home, in a useful way? And do you think when it's all over again, when it's stable, you come back stronger than before?
Yeah, definitely, man. Um, it helped a lot because obviously one of the main reasons for me personally is being able to spend time with my family and my kids. So when we're touring all the time, unfortunately I don't get to spend as much time as I want with them. So it really helped me out a lot. Being able to be home and especially with my newborn, um, I was able to spend more time with him, and so
So,
that really helped. As far as like practice, like I mean, I try it. I mean, it's not like before, man. It's not like when I was fucking 12 years old or something, or 13 years old when I was first, you know, uh, playing guitar. I would sit at home for hours and just play for hours. Fucking 12 hours a day. I would sit there and play my guitar. Now, obviously being an adult and having to work and take care of kids and whatever happens with the normal fucking adult life, like I hardly find time to actually sit down and practice. The only time I practice is either when I'm going over the songs or when we get together as a band and practice. So there wasn't really much of that going on, just because a lot of our families, for some of the members, are more at risk from this COVID thing. So we kind of try to, be be on the safe side about things. And we see, it's mostly. I mean, Mike lives 5 minutes away from me, so I mostly see him more often than Pierce and Noah because they live a bit of a distance. So when we would get together, it's every now and then. But yeah, I mean, it definitely helped me a lot. I've been like you mentioned, I've been doing this since I was 16, 17. So, and I haven't stopped since. It's touring every year, so it's cool to take a break. I miss it a lot. I can't wait to get back out there. I think we're very very anxious to get back out there. So that it's like I do feel like once we get back out there, we're gonna be stronger, and it's gonna feel like how it felt when I think we first started touring. So yeah, man, we're excited. We hope this shit goes away a lot sooner than later because we can't wait to get back out there, man. And yeah, and I think I speak like same thing for the rest of the guys. Obviously they miss touring, but it's cool to be able to spend time with family and be home and shit like that.
yeah, because I'm also very excited to yeah, to see everybody back again, because it's only your close friends who live around you see, but all the others, it's yes, with the friends who Belgian people, for example. I live only 5 kilometers from Belgium away, but they are not allowed to come here. So you they live so close and you don't see them. That's very strange to me. Living so close to each other and
Yeah,
don't
man.
meet. Ah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a very strange time, man. Very very strange. And
Yeah, it's like it's not normal. It's not you. It's not. This is not normal to close the borders for. You know, it's insane.
yeah. No, I feel you, man. It's
Hmm.
very, very. It's been a very weird. I mean, last year was a very weird year, and I think a lot of people, some people are struggling more than others because it tends to get to people's head, and um, you know, sometimes change, especially a big change like this, where you just have to be home, go to work and come home. It's a lot for a lot of people. So, or for some people. So yeah, man. It's a very very strange time, but I just try my best to stay positive and try to, hope that this thing will be over sooner than later because I really hope that, this doesn't continue for another fucking 4 or 5 years because I don't know what I would do with myself, not being able to tour or, or hang out with friends or family. It's a fucked up time, but yeah, it is what it is, man. What can we do? We just gotta try to, stay positive and do the best we can.
That's why I mentioned prepare to work it out, the music and the shows, as when you come back, like boom, boom, that we are back like this. That's
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for that day, man. I'm fucking. I go to sleep and dream about it. Being able to
Well,
be with friends and hanging out and drinking beers and shit and watching a band or playing or whatever. It fucking sucks, but yeah, I'm sure it will come back sooner than later, hopefully. And
I hope so too.
yeah, man, can't wait, man, can't wait.
About touring, what are your favorite places and countries to tour? And do you remember the first gigs I booked for you guys? Well, we already mentioned Fueled by Fire, but I also was the first one, I think, who booked Skeletal Remains in the Netherlands at the Rambler Bar in Eindhoven. Uh, that night when
Yeah,
Steve
yeah, I
was
remember
playing
that.
DJ, and I think was it Hammerhead who supported you? I'm not sure, but that was no over. It was a band with one of the Verstrepen brothers who supported you that night. I think was it
I
not
can't remember.
in Incinerate? I'm not sure,
No, I don't
but
think
but
consider
anyway,
the only,
what was it?
the only, can't remember who it was, but I know the only time we played with Incinerate, I think was at it wasn't there. It was somewhere else. This little small place. I think it was in Belgium too. Is it Rock City or something?
Yeah,
What's that venue? Yeah,
but the
that's I
first
think that the first time. Yeah, I know what place you're talking about. The place that closed down, right? It was like in the corner by a train station,
true
right?
with the great
Yeah, yeah,
owner Per Blom who gave you all free beers the whole night. Remember that?
yeah. I remember, man. That place was awesome. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
That
I think that was the first tour. Trying to remember because the first tour that we did out there was booked by Duracell.
But
Daniel Duracell.
Daniel, great guy
Yeah.
from Brazil who lives in
Yeah.
Germany. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
he was there. And then you stepped at my house after the show. We went with the car from Eindhoven back to in York. I was in your car driving back to Tilburg. Remember that? And then you stayed at my house.
Yeah.
And the second
Yeah.
time
That.
was at Little Devil, I think. That was or Arnhem. I'm not sure, but I know
Yeah.
I booked two shows for you guys, and one was the first time was in the Rambler Bar, and I was really surprised when I booked you guys that so many people already noticed you. That already people like, whoa, you knew this band, and that was. It seems that the band was already spread around that people were already talking about. So I was really surprised that the people came there like ah, a great band. I said, oh, okay, you all know this band. So that was you
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
noticed in the underground. That was really cool. That first show in Eindhoven.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. I think a lot of that had to do with the first label we were on, FTA Records. They're based in Germany,
Yeah,
and I think they helped a lot. Get our name, especially in Europe, because uh, it seemed like we had a bigger following in Europe than in the U.S., which is kind of weird because we're from the
still,
U.S.
still.
No, I think now it's at the point where it's pretty much the same. But but no, back then, I mean, our first tour was in Europe, so we didn't tour the U.S. until 2019, I think, the end of 2018, I can't remember. So we didn't tour the U.S. for a very long time until in our career. So yeah, I feel like Europe has always been stronger for us, better for us. Definitely back to your question about you know countries that I enjoy touring the most. I mean, everywhere in Europe, man. Like I said, Europe has always been, the place for us. Now we're touring in the U.S. has helped a lot, but yeah, definitely Europe. And I mean, specific countries. It's Belgium being one of the best one. Fucking amazing beer, great people. Um, Germany as well. We did a lot of the UK this last tour with Municipal Waste, and it was fucking
Cool.
amazing. So
UK.
yeah, Glasgow, yeah. We did a lot of UK in this last tour with Municipal Waste, and we had a fucking killer response, man. Like we were the first band to right. It was packed immediately. Right when we went on, it was packed. People were going crazy. So we had a lot of fun in the UK, and it's been great, man. I think Europe, really really appreciates us, and appreciates what we're trying to do. So yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed touring Europe, and we had a lot of fun when we did Asia. We did Japan with Carnation. We did some dates with Carnation in
I know.
Japan, and that was fucking amazing. And we did some stuff in Mexico that were great. But yeah, and then we were supposed to do South America for the first time this year, but obviously the COVID thing happened. So we're hoping, hopefully, if not this year, next year. But yeah, man, there's still a lot of ground to cover. Australia and stuff like that. So
Canada?
yeah, we
Play in Canada?
we did Canada. Yeah, we did Canada. Yeah, that's also another fucking place that's amazing. Kill amazing people. Great shows and yeah, man. It's fuck it. Thinking about all this just makes me want to go back on tour. But yeah, man. I definitely remember that first show, the show that you booked. I can't remember if that was the first show or not, but I do remember that show. And I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think we were touring with that band Warhead.
From
Who
Croatia, from
Croatia. Vlad.
Vladimir.
Yeah, Vladimir.
That was the
Yeah,
band. Yeah, yeah. Now I
yeah. So
remember.
that was
Yeah.
the band. But yeah, I think that was the first tour. I don't know if that was the first show there um in the country, but yeah, that was a killer fucking killer time, man.
I miss this bar so much, the Rambler bar. It was with Peer Blom, the owner, and he was awesome. I miss this bar,
Yeah,
this guy. The It was a wonderful time those days, and I said my second youth was there. That was my second
yeah,
youth.
man. Yeah, I think we play. I remember playing there with FBF too, before. So I know I played that place a couple times.
Yeah. Okay. It seems you are really great, close friends to our common Belgian friends because I'm friends with them as well. With of Carnation, how did this friendship between those two bands started, and what are the greatest moments you shared together? You and the guys, you and the band, Skeletal Remains and Carnation.
Oh man, anytime we've seen them in Europe or anywhere, like I said, we did Japan together. So anytime we've seen them, it's been amazing. We've always, it's they're very similar to us. They kind of, we're around the same age, so it's like it's kind of, we get along really well. So um, I think the first time we met them, we played with them. Um, I don't remember where it was. So I think it was either somewhere in Belgium or somewhere in the Netherlands. It was a free show. I remember that. I think that might have been our second European tour. And yeah, man, I remember just watching them and being like, "Holy shit, who are these guys? They're fucking amazing!" Really, really. Since the first time I seen them, and they blew me away. And ever since then, we started talking, and it was the same tour. It was the same tour that it was the first time we played Alpi, but it wasn't at Alpi. It was a different show that we played together. And then when we on that same tour, we played Alpi for the first time. And when we played Alpi, they came to the show, and we just we fucking
What
hung
up?
out all night.
What did you say? Appy? What?
Alpi, Danger.
LP, LP and
Yeah, yeah,
Dines. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. With
yeah. So
Catalina, the bar of Catalina. Yeah.
yeah. So I think the very first time we actually got to hang out and like shoot the shit and drink and party was at that LP show that they didn't play, but they just came out for the show, and we just hung out all night and drank and watched fucking videos and like party with all the fans. It was fucking amazing, man. And ever since then, we've been really, really good friends. And um, yeah, like I said, I think one of the best times we had together was in Japan, man. We did those shows together, and I think we had a show. We were there for Halloween weekend, and on Halloween night, we went to like this I think it's called Rapongi or something. It's like this place where people go and party, and it's like a bunch of bars. And we just went there and we hung out and we drank and fucking partied all night, and it was fucking a great time, man. And like I said, every time we've hung out with them, it's been great, man. And those guys are fucking awesome. And um, every time we've come to Europe, we've tried our best to see them and hang out and stuff, and they come out to our shows. And hopefully they come back they come over here to the United States soon so we can go and hang out with them.
They did, huh? They did.
Oh well, they did the 70,000 tons of metal, I think, the boat or whatever. But yeah, that's nowhere near us. I think that like that's like a cruise ship, so it takes you
Uh-huh.
like, I think I don't know where they were going that year. I don't know if they went to like Mexico or some island. So we didn't get a chance to see them. That was their first
Uh-huh.
time there, but hopefully they do it like a tour in the U.S. where they come by, somewhere close, Los Angeles or San Francisco or something, where we can come and hang out with them. But yeah, man, those dudes rule, man. We had nothing but great times with them. Really cool.
And the sixth member Erwin.
Yeah, Erwin. Yeah, Erwin has came to the U.S.
He,
a couple
he he
times
was
already.
no, he came to the US without a band. That was it. He told me that he was gonna visit you in Los Angeles, and
Hmm.
with you. Yeah, I misunderstood. He was without a band in Los Angeles.
Yeah, yeah. So he came. He actually drove for our one of our U.S. tour that we did with Obituary and Hatebreed. He was our
Yeah,
driver here in the U.S. Yeah, so
really,
he did
a Belgian
yeah,
guy.
yeah, man, it's crazy. Huh? Yeah, yeah.
Whoa,
So
whoa, safe.
he did our driving here in the U.S. and that was like 3 or 4 weeks or whatever. And then he's came a couple times, and then some. I think another time he came just to visit for a few days, and we hung out. We went to some show. Oh, I think that was the time that Asphyx came to the U.S. and we did a tour with Asphyx here in the U.S. for like, I think a week or something. And he came for a couple shows and then he flew back home. And yeah, man, fucking Erwin rules too. Yeah, he's like the sixth member of Carnation.
Father
Awesome
also a
dude.
bit.
Yeah,
The father figure of the boys.
yeah,
Always
yeah, man,
protected
definitely.
them, and the big guy. He's a big guy, so he's always like not big but tough.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, he's a
yeah,
cool
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
It's cool, man.
Definitely, man. Cool dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, Erwin's a really good friend of ours. He's came and fucking hung out here and stayed in our city and where we live. And yeah, man, we had good times with Erwin. He's a cool dude.
awesome, awesome. Okay, back to your very early roots. You started your career in the thrash metal band Fueled by Fire at a very young age. You're still in touch with those guys? You told me that, playing video games together,
Yeah,
still friends. But can we ever
yeah.
expect a reunion with you on the guitar someday,
I don't
somehow?
know. I, yeah, I never really thought about it. And I know they just finished recording an EP. I think like 4 or 5 songs. I can't remember. And I've had a chance to listen to a little bit of it, and it sounds fucking awesome. Very like the second record, Plunging into Darkness. It gave me that vibe. And yeah, man, they got this other dude, Rubio, which is a good friend of mine who I went to high school with. He plays in Carl's his drummer, his other band, Blade Killer, his heavy metal band. And so they got him playing guitar. And yeah, he does a killer job. I went to go see them. They played a show right before COVID, I think, or a little bit before. And I went to go see them, and it was awesome. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if anything like that will ever happen. Like I said, we're still very in touch. I don't see him at shows because there hasn't been any shows. But when there was, I would see Carlos at shows, or I'd go see Excel because he plays with Excel. So I'd come on and see Excel. I'm a big Excel fan, and yeah,
Excel.
I still
The
talk to.
joke's on you.
Yeah,
This
Excel.
one, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
saw them
yeah,
last year
yeah.
in 2 years ago in I think it was Limburg in the Heerler, or I don't know, somewhere in the south of the Netherlands. They were wicked, man. They were awesome.
Yeah,
Excel, I'm a
yeah,
big
man.
fan of them too, man. Awesome.
Me too, man. Me too. Very, very big fan. And yeah, when I found out he was going to be joining them, I was fucking stoked to see because I know Carlos is a great player, so I was stoked to see how he would make the sound. And they sound fucking great. So yeah, so I still keep in touch with them. I haven't seen Carlos in a while, but I talk to mostly Anthony and Rick often. Um, like I said, we play a lot of video games together and shit. But I don't know. I don't know if something like that will ever happen. Maybe if they ever have some kind of anniversary show or something,
Mhm.
and maybe we'll do something then. I don't know if there'll ever be a tour where I come back or anything like that. Um, it's possible. I'm not sure what the future holds. I'd definitely be into it if that's something that happens in the future. And I have free time. Um, when I started Skeletal Remains, it was just too much for two bands. I was, barely becoming a dad, and yeah, I just couldn't do both bands. So, if it ever comes down to it, and I have the free time to do it, I'll definitely do it. They're really good friends of mine. And I had some of the best times of my life with those dudes. So yeah, and I can't wait for them to release that new stuff. I'm sure people are gonna love it, and yeah, man, it's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah, the mother was the manager, right?
Yeah, Carlos's mom, Esther.
Is
Hmm.
she still?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe she's still
Yeah.
managing it. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Yeah, she was at the O13 venue with us. I remember her. Where we make some
yeah,
pictures with on front of the venue, and so it was. She was there with us to watch over you guys, because
yeah, yeah. Especially for me, because I was so young, and my parents were like, okay, we'll let him tour, but somebody
you have
has
to
to be
watch.
there.
You have to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
over him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
man.
So she was there for, I think, our first two tours or something, or yeah, and I know she did a couple tours with us. So
Cool.
yeah, but I think she's still managing them. Yeah.
And now you have some one of my final questions, because I'm always interested what are your favorite records. So please name five of them.
Five of my favorite records.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough, dude.
I normally in the book I did 10, but now you have to say, and in the book you
Yeah,
can think about it, but just name five or bands who blew you away or whatever. Make something of it. Just where you say this is
yeah,
killer.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna change because this is just probably the only thing that's coming to my mind. But there's definitely, I know I always forget shit. So I know for sure Halloween would be one of my top favorite records. Most likely that would always be my number one. It's between that or like Ride the Lightning. That stuff that when I was a fucking learning about music or discovering music. Uh, those records were the ones that meant a lot to me. The early Slayer, early Metallica stuff. But yeah, Ride the Lightning. All the classic stuff. Halloween. Um, when I got more into death metal, obviously I was into like some of my favorite death metal records to the day. It's like Consuming Impulse, um, Human by Death. Let me see what else.
Human, human,
Considered Dead.
human, human by that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's
It,
one of
it,
my favorite records.
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's between that or Spiritual Healing. But yeah,
Yeah, for
Human
me it's that
especially.
one. For me it's spiritual healing, and yeah,
Yeah,
the first one's killer too. But actually, everything of that is killer. You know.
yeah. Now they're one of those bands that have never released a bad record. So they're all they're. I mean, that band is obviously one of the biggest influences to the band and to me personally. But yeah, I don't. What else? Gorguts Considered Dead is another record that means a lot to me. And there's so much more, dude. Vile from Cannibal Corpse. Um, I don't know. Covenant from Morbid Angel. There's I can name so many. It's there's no way I can only name five. There's too
Yeah,
many.
we know your taste. You also listen to other
Yeah,
styles of music, like
yeah, yeah. I listen. You'd be surprised by the stuff I listen to, man. I listen.
I saw you
I
at the
listen to
NWA T-shirt.
the what? What shirt?
It's I saw you the first tour with an NWA T-shirt, so I know.
Oh yeah, yeah,
ECE,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
ECE.
yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I like all the old school, uh, rap, hip hop, whatever, Doggy Style, Chronic, all the classic stuff. But I listen to all kinds of different things. I listen to a lot of indie stuff, a lot of newer bands like Tame Impala and Mark DeMarco and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
different shit. Pink Floyd's one of my favorite bands. David Gilmour, and big influence to my guitar playing, and just different shit, dude. Spanish music, stuff that I grew up listening to when I was a fucking baby boy, and my mom would be playing, So stuff, shit like that, Spanish music, and yeah, I'm very open minded to different things, man. I like to stay that way. I don't like to be just about one genre or one style. I like to listen to everything. I think it helps me as a musician, and as a guitar player, to have different influences and different takes on what music is, and yeah, man, I'm very open minded. But when it comes to like metal and death metal or what I'm doing with Skeletal Remains, I think those. there's a lot of records that I can name, that fucking mean a lot to me. But to name, like I said, to name the top five, it's very difficult.
I'm
I don't
glad.
think I can ever
I'm
do
glad. I'm glad there was at least one Dutch band in it.
it. Yeah, man. I mean, Pestilence has always been fucking very special to me. They're almost like the like the European death. You know, they're especially that record consuming impulse. Martin's vocals are obviously a huge influence to me. So that record has always had a very special place in my heart. So
For me
so
too.
yeah, man, there's too many records to name just five.
Any last comment? Last words?
Um, yeah, man, fucking. I mean, thanks to anyone that watches this. Thank you for for having me. It was a pleasure. It was great being able to talk to you again. I know it's been forever, and
Long time
yeah,
ago.
man. Yeah, a very long time. I hope everybody everybody's doing good on that part of the world. Just trying to stay positive. I know it's a fucking very very crazy time, and man, to any fans, fucking thanks so much for the support, and I really hope we can get back out there sooner than later. Man, and we're very 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 anxious to get back out there and play this new music and play for everyone. So yeah, man, thank you so much for having me. I had a really good time. Thank you.
Thank you very much too. And what happened? The Raiders moved to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, now they're in Las Vegas. Yeah, so
It's stupid.
uh,
I can't imagine that people travel to a fucking desert to see the matches. How is it?
yeah, I think they have like a stadium over there now, right? Or something. I
Yeah,
think they built. I'm not too sure. Uh, I honestly, I don't really keep up with sports anymore. I used to, but now I'm just too busy. I don't really keep up with that stuff. But I
Las
did, I did,
Vegas.
yeah, I heard they moved to Las Vegas, which was very random. Oakland, Los Angeles, and then Vegas. It's kind of weird,
Yeah, move, move,
but yeah,
move. We cannot
yeah,
imagine in
yeah,
Holland. We cannot imagine that my club moves to every city and everywhere. It's crazy.
yeah. It's quite weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they're doing. I mean, I don't know how. I don't really, like I said, I don't keep up with sports, so I don't even know if they're doing good or they've ever. I mean, they haven't done too well on the. I think at least I think they haven't done too well in the past
Yeah.
year. So I'm not sure how they're doing now, but yeah, people are excited about it. A lot of people in LA were. I remember when they first announced it, they were like, "What the fuck, Las Vegas? Like, why?" But I'm sure people now are just like, "Yeah, whatever."
Here they were still in
Now
Los
it's,
Angeles.
nah, it's cool, man. Fuck yeah.
And then they moved to Oakland and now they moved to Las Vegas in a few years'
Right,
time.
right.
It's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
but your the other guys were Packers fans, right? Green Bay.
Yeah. Our bass player was a big Packer fan.
I know, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a football
yeah.
fan too, so that's. Hey, uh, Chris, you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's cutting off. 1 second.
Chris, Chris.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened. My car is acting weird. But
no, but we are nearly finished. So if you're coming back, then we can make an end of it.
yeah, yeah. I'm ready when you are, man.
Okay. Hey, Chris, thank you very much for. Wait, are you back? Wait, first I
Am
need
I?
to go. Yeah, you're back. Yeah, yeah, you are. Okay,
Okay.
cool. Hey, Chris, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure to to talk to you again after such a long time. You changed a lot, by the way. Big beard and everything. Hello?
Yeah. Sorry, man. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Hello?
Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, man. Sorry. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, but just yeah. Okay. I say you. It's a long time ago. You changed a lot. Much older after that young guy I met like 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Definitely. I definitely changed a lot. I mean, I don't even think I look like how I used to look. I gained a lot of weight.
I see
became
that
a
too, but I
dad.
didn't notice that.
Yeah, yeah. I became a dad, and yeah, man. I mean, a lot of things have changed in my life, but you know, I'm happy. I'm
The
happy.
metal still flowing
Definitely, man. Most
in your. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
that would ever end. All
Thank you very much, my friend. See
right,
you next
buddy.
time in Europe. Hey, see you. Horns up.
See you, man. Have a
Cheers.
good.
You too, man. Thank you.
Lovers to love, to tell me that's love.